Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. I'm coming to you from a different vantage point today. I'm on the Harbour Bridge. I'm taking the walk up here just to show you how beautiful the city is from this other perspective. As I mentioned yesterday, Sydney is like a beautiful mistress, always changing, always different, and always enchanting, seducing us with her beauty, with the sparkle of her eyes, with the various colours, the textures, everything which varies on a daily basis and keeps her in our mind constantly. Wherever you look, you see the colours of love. And Sydney is by far one of the most beautiful cities and one of the most happening places in the world for those who choose to make the most of what she has to offer. So let's do a book summary today, and what I've chosen to focus on is a book entitled Humans Are Underrated by Geoff Colvin, and it's a book which talks about humanity and talks about our growth, our development over time, and how we are remarkable. We are remarkable, and that the future will be even more spectacular for the human race as they embrace and they leverage the technologies and the knowledge and the breakthroughs that we make on a daily basis. The author kicks off the book with a beautiful quote where he says, "The right kind of narrative told by a person is mightier than logic." So what the author does is he talks about how progress in technology is having a significant impact on who we are and how we operate. And he introduces us to a topic, to a concept known as Moore's Law. Moore's Law basically suggests and informs us that computing power, the power of transistors, the power of technology, the power of processing doubles every 2 years, increases and doubles every 2 years. And he said that there will come a time where it will have to slow down, because there's only so much you can pack into a processor, a small processor, but that day is a long way off still. So we have a lot of growth and development from a technological point of view coming our way that we can leverage, and leverage in a big way. So I worked for 21 years in the IT industry, information technology industry, having worked for NCR, IBM, Telstra, Lend-Lease, Advantra, and I worked with those companies and in those companies during the heady days where massive, significant growth came about, and mainframe and mid-range computers were the name of the game. But then came the personal computer, and now we've got handheld devices which have more power. I've got more power in my hands now than what most people had, or where the world had in the 1940s. So just think of the leverage, the capacity that we have to improve our lives through connectivity. And then the author goes on to talk about artificial intelligence and computers and how and where we're heading with all of that. And he said that computing power is going to be used and is going to improve many areas of our lives. I've got a ferry just coming across here, so we'll just train on the ferry. And he said that with regard to computing power, even though it's growing and expanding at the rate of doubling every 2 years, the human being is tremendously talented and can never ever be matched by computers in a few areas. So he goes on to say that each person has approximately 3,000 micro expressions that they can express by their face, and we've got about 40 muscles in our face that can generate a whole spectrum of expressions, and those expressions are able to basically express our multiple, our variable emotions, the way we feel. And they said that they did an experiment where they pitted a computer with artificial intelligence against a number of people, and they said that the computer was able to pick the micro expression 85% of the time, whereas the human could only pick it 55% of the time. So in some ways, computers are much more adept and powerful at picking up certain things than what we humans are, which is interesting to note. But he said that there are things that computers can't do and will never be able to do. And those things are to be social and also to be creative and to generate ideas. But he said that there is a fine line, because with computing, the more time you spend on computing, the less your social skills are going to be, and the less able you're going to be in terms of reading body language. But he said that this can be reversed through practice. He said that with social media, there is a trend that we've got more connections, but we're connected to fewer people, because each of those connections, each of those relationships that we have are relatively superficial and shallow. But it's important to note that with connectivity, with networking, we can connect with far more people than what we've ever been able to connect with before, from all over the world. So with time, we will be able to leverage that capability, that ability, a lot better in the future, because connectivity is a real special and a real powerful thing, especially when you consider that most people in the world have some sort of computer device. So I think it's over 3.5 billion people are connected via the internet, which means that you can leverage, or we in the future, humans, will be able to leverage that connectivity much, much better, and you'll be able to work, collaborate, communicate across cultures, across continents, and basically be in a much better position, much better position to which our parents and grandparents were when it came to collaborating and leveraging ideas, concepts, and opportunities. But with that comes a responsibility and another challenge, because it's much easier now to offend people of different cultures because of that extended reach. and the fact that we've got a lesser understanding of what makes people tick and what makes cultures operate. So one of the things that humans have that computers don't have is another thing called empathy, where we're able to connect and understand how somebody else feels. So it's something, once again, that computers are unable to get programmed into them, and it's something that sets us apart. So when it comes to creativity, nobody and nothing can come close to humanity and the human mind, because through our human presence and our capability, we have ideas. We have many ideas. And what the author says is that in the past, you could get 1 unit of gold and change it and create 1 unit of product. Whereas now with ideas, with the service industry, with our ability to think and to be creative, you can get 1 idea, add it to another idea, and you can get an infinite number of ideas being generated and spurred by that creativity. And strokes of genius can come at any moment, which can significantly change the world, or at least change someone's world. So the best for all of us is yet to come. Without a doubt, the best for humanity is yet to come, because we're going to be able to leverage thousands and billions of ideas, and the power of computing will come to us in a way that we can use that leverage to achieve greatness across many spheres and across the planet. So it's all about uniting and blending and bringing together the social skills, the computing skills, the ideas, and make the most of what we have and what we can basically have in our futures. So I think I'll leave it there. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode, this noisy episode of Jim's 5am Club, where I'm up on top here of the Harbour Bridge. You can see the flags up there, you can see the cars, you can hear the cars. And what I'll do is I'll start heading back to work. And let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, I feel absolutely great on this Throwback Thursday. I've had the opportunity to step through this wonderful book entitled Humans Are Indeed Underrated by Geoff Colvin, and to wish you all the very best on this day. It's a day which is unique, and hopefully we can learn something new. Hopefully we can get through the morning, get through the day, be the wind beneath our wings, be the wave beneath our boards, and be the wind, the zephyr that bellows our sails. Make the most of this wonderful day, and I wish you all the best. Daleme, Filakia from Jim's 5am Club. Take care, bye for now, and let's ensure that we're able to live, learn, and pass it on. Take care, Yasas.